Hi, everybody. I hope you can see me and hear me well. I'm really very excited for this particular webinar. Very good evening to everybody. I'll just wait for a few seconds, guys, just so that the audience should join in. Meanwhile, everybody can just, comment down and say that they can see me and hear me well so that I can just start the webinar. I can see a good number of people are joining in. So probably like I will just wait and I'll see that how many people are joining in, and then accordingly I'll move ahead. Very good evening. Yeah. Can you see me and hear me well, guys? Please just comment it so that accordingly I'll just start. Yes. So I got a message from Nikhil that he can hear me and see me well. That's nice. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. So I'm really very excited about this particular webinar, guys, because it's the most awaiting and one of the interesting webinar. Why? Because this webinar is going to solve a lot of problems for everybody, and this webinar is going to be a kind of a biggest solution to all the questions you have to make or skyrocket your career. So I'm going to make this time a valuable time for you, and I'm really very excited. Keep your questions ready because I have an amazing guest, and he is like really very experienced. He have worked in different profiles, so there's a lot of things going to come. So it's better to come here, join me, ask your friend to join me, and directly talk to the guest and get our doubts clear rather than just discussing with the friends about choosing the career. All right. So this webinar, like how to crack IT industry in 2022 and earn up to 30 lakhs. Even like is going to be more for sure. But yes, all the gossips and everything and every secrets and everything you will be finding in this particular webinar. Pardon me, guys. I have some in the back of my house. There's some wedding going on, so you might hear some voice. Kindly ignore. Let's focus and move ahead. All right. So I'm just starting the webinar, and I'll just move on. And I just wanted to say something that it's my personal favorite webinar. Why? Because the guest is something who has worked in different profiles. He has overall multiple experience in different profession, and he's one of the youngest guests, by the way. And you will get to understand in this particular webinar which profession is right for you, which one I should choose, how can I understand that this one is perfect for me, how I can make this much money, and how I can excel or switch in this IT industry. All right. So I hope you guys are like your friends have joined in. If you haven't, share the link to your friends. And I'm just going to start up right now. All right. So moving ahead, I'll just start by saying that I just wanted to know everybody over here that what exactly your name is and where you are from and what age you are, so I can have a better understanding that my audience are from which places, how old you guys are, and what exactly the main concern you joined over here. And would love to see your name as well. Just comment down so that I can see and interact with you all, because I don't want to make this webinar a boring one. I want to make it one of the most interactive one. Trust me, guys, I'm going to talk to everybody over here, and you would love that for sure, because I'm going to pick up every single questions from you all. So I have started getting comments. Guys, just let me know that from where you are and how old are you, so that I can understand the whole age demographics and everything. So I got from Fahad that he's 35. He's from IIT Roorkee. Wow, that's really nice. And Neha, and she's 32. And Avinash was 26. And somebody's is from Bangalore, 36-year-old, 29-year-old. And Delhi, that's nice. Vijayawada, Andhra Pradesh. Jabalpur, 29 years. Ravi Kakinada, all right. Aurangabad, Noida. I'm a mechanical engineer, pass out 2016. Now I want to switch to IT sector. Can I join this? For sure, man. I'm also a mechanical engineer, by the way. I passed out in 2018, by the way. And yeah, it's really very interesting thing. And I'll tell you, that's nice. That's nice. So all the non-IT people, you're most welcome here, because coding inventor is the only solution to all the non-IT people to get a successful career in IT, because we are the first step that helps people to get into IT or switch into IT. All right. I got the demographics. Everybody is all over from the India. I'm really very excited. I'm really very glad. I'm thankful that you have figured out your time. You're most welcome, guys. Let's start this the most I'm waiting webinar. Moving ahead, I'll just tell you about myself. My name is Amir Akhtar. I'm 26-year-old and I'm from Varanasi, Uttar Pradesh. If I'll talk about my graduation, I did mechanical engineering. But now I have helped more than 200 plus people to find a job in IT sector, whether it's data analyst, full stacks, or mobile development, or any other field like QA or anything. So overall, more than 200 plus career I have transformed. I have total 5 years of experience. I will be telling you some of the important tips, tricks, along with the guest, that how you can use it and implement in your life to skyrocket your career for sure. So we'll make sure to make this time a valuable time for you all. And yes, this is about me moving ahead. So what exactly this webinar is all about? So we are conducting this masterclass in the support of our guarantee start in IT course from a coding invaders. What exactly we are trying to give you a message over here, that we are trying to solve a problem by saying that this is the easiest way to get into IT, and that too from scratch, even if you don't know the code C of the coding. And we have all the options available, all 6 in demand career options are available, and we are going to solve all the major problem right here in this particular webinar. So you will be having a chance to choose the most in demand profession, and you would be able to see that yes, you can make it big. So in this particular masterclass, we are going to discover and understand how it is possible. All right, so let's move ahead. All right, guys. So I want to give you a brief idea about the Coding Invaders, who we are basically. So Coding Invaders is one of the India's leading platform, and we are the rank one data and computer science online university in Europe, Eastern Europe, and we have already learners who are from 40 plus countries, and the alumni are sitting at 30 to 400% salary hike. Already we have a 93% of placement rate, and more than 22,000 plus students are already studying with us and passed out, and more than 100 plus companies train their employee with us, because we teach the hot tools which is required to get into IT, to get a salary hike or for any progress. So this is going to be an amazing session for you all. This is a brief idea about the Coding Invaders, and we're going to tell you more about it at the webinar. So stay tuned till the end. I have a lot of things to announce. I have a lot of surprises to announce. I have some special thing to all the viewers who are watching me. Somebody just texted me that they cannot hear me. Is it true? Can you just comment down that you can hear me or see me well properly? Is there any problem, so that I can fix it right away and then start? Yeah, everybody, can you see me and hear me well? Yes, so everybody can hear me. All right, guys, I have to coordinate with everybody, so I will just wait. That's nice. Okay, thank you, guys. Thank you for your response. So, what exactly you gonna learn in this particular webinar? So, the very first question: why you should enter into IT? What is the future of IT? I mean, like, we are going to brainstorm every single aspect which is logical. That if somebody is earning good, then why it is earning good in IT? Why it is the right time to enter into IT? What is the future of IT? And we will be doing the career test live in this particular webinar, so that you should understand that which IT profession is right for me. Even if you are a probationary officer in bank, you'll get to understand, okay, I can become a full stack developer as well. That's nice. Even if you are somebody who is in operation or in your sales, you'll get to understand, okay, I'm good at analyst, so I can become a data analyst as well. So a lot of a career test, I'll be doing it in this webinar. So I'll give you a fantastic trick, and you will be able to understand that which profession is good for you in this particular webinar, and you can take a right decision rather than getting confusing into the lot other profession, that this profession is hyping, this profession is also hyping, what to choose, what not to choose. My friend is doing this and he's earning so much. My friend is in Canada earning so much. I'm going to solve all this problem for you all, because we have something really very amazing from a Coding Invaders, that the start in IT course which solves every problem. Moving ahead, we will be discussing everything, but yes, stay tuned. I have a lot of surprises for you all, and that's I'm going to announce right away. So in this particular webinar, just to make it more fruitful, just because it's free for all of you guys, so I want to tell you one thing, that ask questions to your speaker as much as you want, because the speaker have already worked into Amazon. He's now working into multinational companies, other companies. He's switching, and he started his journey from the intern, Now he's earning big in his life. So it's a right opportunity to ask a lot of questions and get your doubt clears. And to all the people who are participating will be getting a certification participate of this particular master class till the end. Whoever will be staying till the end, and all the people will be getting a special offer to join our course in Start in IT. All right, moving ahead. So in this particular webinar, what exactly we're going to do, that whoever will be staying till the end, I'm going to choose a lucky winner in this contest. There will be a lucky winner which I'll be showcasing, and I'll be choosing the lucky one to get this hot premium course of Coding Invaders for free, that offers a guaranteed job in agreement. Yes, guys, for that, what you need to do, here's a link you can see into the chat section. You have to just go right away, enter your details, and I'll be showcasing the Excel sheet at the end that these are the people. And out of this, I will be choosing the lucky one who will be staying till the end. So, guys, you have given your time, so it's my responsibility. It's Coding Invaders' responsibility to give you a reward, because we are heading towards Diwali. So for sure, this Diwali, let's lighten your career rather than investing into the markets. All right. So I'm just waiting, guys. I'll give you just 10, 20 seconds more. Here's a link into the chat section before we start with the introduction of our guest. Please go and register so that at the end, you might be the right person or maybe the lucky winner to win this premium program that can transform your career. Right, guys? So if you have registered, just comment down done so that I will just move ahead. I'll just wait for 10, 20 seconds, guys. So again, I'm announcing, and I'm telling to all the people who have joined right now. So what here we are doing? So at the end, I'll be choosing the lucky winner. For that, you can click on the chat section and go register, come back and tell me, yes, it is done, so that I'll just start the webinar with the guest so that we can get to know and make a successful career. All right. So everybody's texting me, it's done. That's nice. That's nice. All right. All right. So I'll just move on, guys. Whoever who haven't registered, just click in the link in the chat section and you'll get to see it. All right. So here we have our guest, Mr. Navneet Singh. As I said, he walked into the Amazon and he's walked into the fintech Bright Money. So he is with us. I won't say much about him, but rather I will just ask him to introduce himself. So I'll just wait for the Navneet to come and introduce them about himself. So I'll just check if he is there
Yeah,
in a.
yeah, I'm here. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. That's nice.
Yeah,
That's nice.
Thanks, Amir, for the introduction. And yeah, I mean, it is feeling nice to be here, and I hope that people who have joined the session will be able to get the insights as well from me. So yeah, I mean, talking about my introduction, so I have started my career into working into different companies. I mean, I worked into Click Labs, I worked at Amazon, then I worked into one of the edtech startup, and then later I have joined Bright Money, which is one of the US fintech startup, which focuses on all the deals with the financial products related to US market. And so I've been working into it from last 2020. And apart from that, I mean, if I talk about very basic, brief background about me, so I did my bachelor's in computer science itself, and then later I got into the college from.
Yes, Navneet.
I think there is some issue
No
between.
worries. Can you see our guest? Can you
I
hear?
think
Can you hear our guest?
I think there is some issue with the video. I think Amir.
Yeah, no worries. You can just turn off and turn on again, and we can see you because we are even
Yeah,
excited to see you.
yeah, I think I know. I mean, I'm trying to do it, but I think it says disabled as the video button. I'm not sure. Is there any restriction or something? Because earlier it was enabled.
No worries, no worries. We can carry on. We can hear you well. That's not a problem. We can carry
Yeah,
on.
sure. If you don't mind, I can rejoin if quickly that
Yes,
works.
yes, no worries. Meanwhile, I'll just talk to the audience, guys. As I can see that nobody can see the
I
guest
think
now.
now,
I guess
now
we can
it's
see you.
working. Yeah,
Yeah. All
cool.
right.
So yes, as I was mentioning about my background, so it was more of I did my bachelor's in computer science, and then later on I started with the internship, and that too when I was in the college, and then later on I switched to different companies, and I have been I have seen my whole growth and whole career into different companies, and I have seen my technology knowledge and also the extra skill sets whichever I have gained, which I think I will be talking about in this particular webinar as well.
Great, 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 great. So now we just wanted to know more bit about your whole college thing, like from where you were, from how scratch you made your career and everything. We would like to relate ourselves with your journey, so we want more idea on this.
Right. So I mean, that makes sense. Obviously, I mean, so I mean, as a typical college student, I was also there in the college itself. So I mean, I went into with a lot of passion that okay, I'll be doing XYZ things. I mean, that's what every individual student aims for, right? So that was the pretty common thing for me as well. And when I started my college, then that's where you get that exposure of a lot of different options and a lot of career opportunities. You start figuring out okay whether which one should I choose and which one should I go ahead for, right? So
Mhm.
that's where those kind of confusion starts boiling up in our mind, and then later on we try start getting into that okay, let me try to come to a specific a path and then try to work towards it, right? And that's where I think I also try to figure out okay what suits best for me, and then I jumped into the technology side, and then obviously in that as well there are a lot of opportunities as well. So
That's
still
nice.
figuring out a lot of things.
That's
So yeah.
nice. That's nice. So, Navneet, just one thing before I just move on and ask you, just wanted an honest answer. When you were in the first year in the graduation, right?
Right.
So, do you really think that you were good at coding at that time? Like, just need an honest answer.
So, I mean, see, when you join, let's say, if I specifically talk about, let's say, BTech, right? I mean, which I did. So, I mean, you
Okay.
you you have been preparing for JEE mains and etc., right? I mean, that's where
Yeah.
you study physics, chemistry, mathematics, right? But not
Yeah.
programming because no one asks programming
Mm.
in the entrance exams, right? So that's what happened with everyone. I mean, so same thing
Did
happened with
you?
me. Yeah. So I was more of like, okay, now I need to understand things, and then slowly and gradually I started catching up things, and then gradually I understood okay, this is how the programming is all about. Okay, so that's
So,
how it.
which clearly means that you literally started from scratch, right?
Right.
All right,
Exactly.
that's nice. That's nice. So you did BTech. I mean, like if somebody could do BSc or anything, will be at the same place, right? If he will learn and everything. There's nothing unique you have done by doing BTech, right?
No. No.
All right. Did you understand, guys? He is literally started from scratch. He was in the momentum to become something else, but then he joined and started. Okay, there's more on this in this particular webinar. Stay tuned. I'm going to ask and interrupt in between and ask a unique question to him, and you'll get to see and relate yourself that yes, if Navneet is able to do it, then why not we? Moving ahead, just I can see that from 2019 you have worked in different. The only thing which is catching my eyes that you have worked into Amazon, which is a dream company for all of us, and then you are like switching and you are growing. So just wanted to understand, like Navneet, from you, that if I just ask you in the pointers, just 2 3 points or 5 points, what is the main rule or a secret of success for you, that what exact thing that you have kept in mind which is helping you to grow constantly?
Okay. So I think, I mean, you need to actually be, focused, first of all. That's the first thing. I mean, for me, I mean, obviously, you have mentioned a few of the points over here, but I'm trying to come up with a few other points which I feel that, okay, that has contributed towards my journey. So, one is obviously you need to be focused and dedicated enough. I mean, no matter whatever happens, you need to stay focused and have your goal in your mind, and that's where you start keep you actually take every step towards that particular goal. So that should
Mhm.
always be there. I mean, dedication is important. Then apart from that, because of that dedication, you'll keep working towards your goal. So then second thing is like you need to actually keep learning. You need to have that hunger to learn everything, right? I mean, you need to have a particular career graph or a path laid for you, for example, and then you need to work towards it. And how do you work towards it? You need to have that kind of a hunger, because it's not that you set up a very small target for you and you quickly achieve it. You obviously set a big goal for you, right? And that's where you start working towards it. So secondly, it is more of, the hunger towards learning. That is the second thing for me. And apart from that, I mean, obviously you need to have a very, very good, bonding with your colleagues, bonding with your teammates, or bonding with your friends, whatever it is. I mean, whoever it is. I mean, because you learn from them as well. I mean, that's where the third thing comes into picture. I mean, from me, because it's like you need to actually have a good bond with them and also try to learn from them. Because second point was more of learning from yourself, and third was like learning from them, learning from their experiences. That is the third thing for me. And then apart from that, obviously, I mean, once you start your career, you start as a fresher, you start as an intern, right? I mean, so when you are intern or a junior team member in the company, so you actually see a very, very good and options and lot of opportunities to grow. And that's where you need to again bring in your the first point which I just mentioned, the hunger to learn, right? So you need to bring that and keep that in mind, that okay, I'm an intern, I want to achieve something else, I want to reach to the next level. So what all things I need to do now? You need to actually again keep learning, because it's in IT industry, it's all about learning. Every day you need to learn something new, because IT industry, it's in itself, it is revolutionizing a lot of things. So you need to actually
That's
learn
nice.
every day.
That's nice. So what I have concluded is Navneet has said that be focused, keep learning, which is keep upskilling and having in hunger. And the most important one is he talks about networks, which is a circle. Basically, he made certain circle, whether it's a colleague or a friends when he was in college. All right. So just because I'm very curious to understand, just one more honest answer from you all, so that audience can understand more. So there is a 4 year basically in the BTech. So from which year you were started focusing? Just wanted to know. Just honest answer, please.
So, to be honest, I think you mentioned a statement in between in the previous slide, that Amazon is a dream company for a lot of us, right? I mean, so, I mean, when I got into college, I realized, okay, Amazon comes into the company. I mean, for the hiring in our college, right? So it was more of like, okay, I need to get into it. And as the time passed, I mean, I was slightly working towards it, obviously. I mean, because if you have a goal, big goal, as I mentioned, right? I mean, you need to work towards it, and that doesn't happen drastically in a day or two, right? So you need to
Mm-hmm.
keep working continuously towards it. So it was more of when I, heard that okay, Amazon comes into the college, and then it was a dream company for me as well. And then when I started BTech, then I started also focusing on things what the Amazon might be needing, right? But
Mm-hmm.
apart from that, when I reached to the second year, to be honest, then I lost that confidence level, that okay, I might not be able to crack it now. So okay, I lost my confidence, and I was like, okay, I don't think I'll be able to crack it. But yeah, I mean, then again, the same thing again started. I need to bounce back, right? Anyways, so that's what I did. I mean, that time, and then I started again in the I think in the third year, second semester in that. So
Mm-hmm.
that's where I started actually, working again. I mean, revising everything, whatever I learned that time, and then practicing a lot of things. And that's where I
Understood.
think I was able to actually jump into that, and because Amazon came for hiring in the fourth year, uh, first semester. So yeah,
Got it.
what
Got
it
it.
was.
Got it. Perfect enough. Okay. So he started in second year and but still he made it because he was very passionate. He was stuck with that yes, I want to get into this. So one thing is very clear, that he was quite focused and he was targeting that, you know, that I want to go into Amazon. Now I just wanted to say that you have graduated from tier 3 college, if I'm not wrong, Navdeep, right? So
I think so. That lies in that category.
yeah.
I'm not
So
sure, but yeah.
is it clearly mean that the big company doesn't look at the tier one or tier two or tier college you are?
No, I don't think they look for it, because I also take interviews in my company, and we don't even really care about which college you are from. We just care about in your resume. We generally try to see few of the things which are important to us as a company, as an interviewer. What we look for is, I mean, the right set of skill sets and right set of
Wow.
projects and experience. That's the
So you
most.
hire as well. So do you really care about the team, like the what do you basically see? degree or the skill set, and exactly what exactly you
No, I
see?
try to I don't try to actually go into the degree or anything like that, because I try to see whatever the degree might be. I don't care about it. What I care for is I just want to see that, okay, you have whether you have the right set of skill sets, which I'm hiring for.
Absolutely.
That's one thing. Secondly, are
Hmm.
you actually able to tackle the situations and the problems in that particular tech stack or technology, right?
Hmm.
And then third thing is more of whether you have actually worked on the projects utilizing your skill sets, whether you have actually if you have any internship or any full-time experience, so whether
Hmm.
that experience uh, actually are you able to justify your experience with this particular technology. So that is where I look for the things. I mean, that's the basic things which I care in the interview.
Wow, wow, that's nice. That's unfiltered answer, by the way. All right. Moving ahead, just one question. Uh, it's been 5 years you're working into IT, okay, and still your friend must be into different sectors, and even we are different. Like we are as an audience, if I'll talk, we are into different sectors, and everywhere we are observing that one of my friend is earning this much and he's into IT and everything. We somewhere feel that yes, I want to go into IT, but we are keep on procrastinating. Do you think now that it is a good time to enter, or we are already wasted a lot of time? Like what do you want to comment on this?
So I mean, it's not about wasting the time anywhere. I mean, because see, what I believe is, I mean, whatever you are doing in your life,
Mm-hmm.
that experience counts in terms of in your life, basically. I mean, obviously, I mean, if you're going in a specific domain, then you need to have some kind of experience in the specific domain. But it's more of what I'm trying to say over here is whatever experience you have. If you're doing mathematics, you still,
Mm-hmm.
if you want to get into IT, there are problems which you can solve with the mathematics, right? So you need to have that kind of a thinking, that kind of a logical thinking, right? So
Mm-hmm.
it's not like you will waste your mathematical learning. So always,
Mm-hmm.
whatever you're doing, whatever you're learning, it will be helpful for you in down the line in your life, in any kind of,
Mm-hmm.
in any of the forms it can come back and help you out. So yeah, I mean, in
Mm-hmm.
terms of answering to the question which you asked, it was more of yes. I mean, obviously this is the right time because India is booming right now. I mean, in terms of the startups, because if you see, I mean, a lot of startups have been, uh, people are creating a lot of startups, and that's basically means that they are creating the employability for the people, right? So then now what they need is they need people to work on it, right? I mean, they can't really, one or two individual members can't really run their own entire company. They need team members, right? They need engineers, they need let's say testers, they need different domains of people as well in that. So obviously, this is the right time because I'm not sure about the exact year, but I think I was reading somewhere down the line in 2025, India will be actually one of the startup hub across the globe. It was not just,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as you can imagine it as the California was earlier. So it's now gonna be India. So that's where
Wow.
the opportunities are being created. So every day opportunities are created, and if you have the right set of skills, that you can easily get into the job.
Wow. So, guys, just want to tell you one thing. As Navneet said, he also hires and he's doing a lot of things. Meanwhile, if I want to give you a quick pointers, recently the Forbes article we have seen that it is going to double in just 10 years, and moving into IT will be at least a 40%, 46% of the salary hike people are observing. So, just wanted to ask you one thing, Navneet, as you are involved, like you have been into this particular thing for more than 5 years, and as you said that you also hire people as in your teams and something like that. So have you ever hired somebody who literally was very bad in his degree but he was very good in a skill set? And is this something, this one question, and second one is this something that Navneet, India is having less skilled people and vacancy is so much, but recruiters are finding difficulties to find the right skill set of people? Is this something, are you getting my point?
Right. So I understood both of your questions. So let me answer the first question. First of all, I mean, I was interviewing, I think down the line, few months back. One of the candidate was just 12th passed. He didn't have even any bachelor's degree, but he was working on the technology. So he was working more of a freelancer in general, you can say.
Hmm.
He learned things on his own, and then we had a very interesting conversation. I mean, the kind of conversation right now we are having, because he didn't do any of the degree, so he started asking a lot of questions about that. I mean, whether the degree matters. I mean, what will be the decision making regarding the interview, right? I mean, if I don't have any degree or so things like that. We had the discussion. So I mean, just answering to the question. I mean, obviously, we, as I mentioned earlier as well. I mean, I don't really jump on to the degree kind of thing. I mean, we just had the interview. I tried to ask questions which might be relevant to that particular role, and he was able to answer things. And he had done a lot of projects, not just in the company, but on his own, on as a freelancer. So I mean, we still counted that as a experience, because we see that, okay, if you have worked on a technology, if I give you the opportunity, if I give you the project, you'll be able to work on that as well, right? So that's how it is. I mean, directly related. So that's where we just considered that guy. I mean, I gave my pass to that particular candidate. So, and now talking about the second point. Second, I forgot the second point. What
The
was the
second
second?
one, the second was like I was saying that is this true that there's a too much of vacancy in IT
Oh, yes,
industry,
correct.
but skill set people are very less, like skill
Yeah, I mean,
people.
exactly. I mean, that's what I have been actually, seeing this from last 1 year, actually, you can say. So I always say to the people is like, I mean, if you have the right set of skills, there are a lot of jobs. There is no, I mean, people say that there is no job, something like that. I have heard a lot of people, crying about it, but it's not like that. I mean, if you have the right set of skills, you might get a lot of offers. I mean, it's just not one offer. You can get multiple offers as well, because
Mm.
what industry is looking for is you need to have just the right set of skill sets. I mean, if let's say there is a company which is a very high paying company, right? I mean, if they are giving you so much amount of money, they will expect a lot of skill sets. They will expect you to have that kind of an expertise in a specific domain, right? So that's what they look for. If you have that, you'll be able to get the job, right? So that's
All right.
very directly relational, basically, the skill sets and the job. So if you have skill set, there are a lot of jobs in the market. So
All
there is
right.
just a myth that there is no job in the IT industry. So that is completely a myth, I would say.
All right, all right. Guys, even ever I'll say that if you'll go to the Naukri.com, LinkedIn.com,
Exactly.
you will definitely find millions of jobs over there. And to be very honest, like, would you agree, Navneet, that, as you have said, that you look for the skill set? So probably graduation is the only thing which is required as the eligibility. Okay, and rest everything skill set works, because it's only one in the 100 cases that you hire somebody who is a freelancer, but
Right.
majority of them we at least need them as a eligibility to come in. So yes guys, uh, just to give you an example, Navneet has told you that he's hired somebody who was not even having that thing, so which means that you are already graduated, and you can definitely do it if that kid can do it for sure. So yes, this time if I'll talk about on a very practical note, if just like Navneet said, that yes, we can do it definitely. We just need a graduation as an eligibility, and rest skill set is required. All right. So we know we will come to the age factor also. Keep your questions ready. We will definitely ask in the Q&A session. Have patience, because we're going to have a lot of questions. Even the silliest question and the toughest question we're going to interact ask the Navneet, and he's going to answer it because he's also very excited. All right. So Navneet, just one thing wanted to know from your end, that of course, like, you're talking only positive things and everything about this IT thing. Just wanted to know from your end that firstly, let's talk about the advantages and disadvantages. So what are the pros and the cons of IT industries? I just wanted to know.
Okay. So, I mean, it might vary to company sometimes, but I'll try to sum up the points which are very generic, which
Mm-hmm.
will be applicable on every company. I mean, these days, I mean, after, this COVID thing has been over, right? I mean, once people have started coming out, so it's more of you have the luxury of actually working from home. Earlier also it was there, but very few companies were allowing it. I mean, a lot of companies were asking you to come to office regularly, but now, I mean, a lot of companies have started using hybrid mode, and very few companies are actually saying that you need to come to office regularly. It's not like that now. So most of the companies are having hybrid or work from home completely. So, and
Mm-hmm.
the advantages now have become, because of this whole work from home thing, is people from outside India are able to hire the IT engineers from India, and they are actually really, paying well as well. It's not like just they are hiring for, the at a lower package. It's not like that. They pay good enough amount of money, and they also give the luxury of working from home. So that's the first advantage right now, I'd say, from my point of view. And yeah, I mean, apart from that, obviously you get the opportunities. You have the, option of exponential growth in terms of the salary. You have the exponential growth in terms of your knowledge, and you'll get the opportunities to learn. You'll always, it's not like if you have a specific skill set and now it's done. I mean, it's not like that. You will be provided the opportunities in the company itself, where you'll be asked to actually contribute towards that section, and then you'll be able to grow in that level as well. So you are always getting a constant feedback on everything. I mean, whatever you are doing with your manager, from your team lead, from a CTO, whatever it is, right? Then obviously, I mean, in the IT industry, in whichever company I have worked, there is no hard and fast rule that, okay, you need to come at 9 and leave at 5. It's not like that. I mean, in whatever companies I have worked, luckily, so no one actually, cares about when are you coming, when are you going. Only thing what matters is your work. Your work needs to speak, and that's it. Nothing else. I mean, whatever you're doing, you are even sleeping a lot of the time, that also is fine. And if you are able to finish your work on time and deliver it with a quality, then it's fine with everyone. Nobody cares about what you're doing in your personal life. All right. And apart from that, I mean, since, as I mentioned, in 2025, I mean, a lot of companies are coming, growing, and by the 2025, you will have a similar situation like a Silicon Valley in California, right? So you'll be having the similar kind of situation in India. I mean, we have Silicon Valley of India as well, which is Bangalore for us, right? So you will have a lot of companies, you will have a lot of opportunities. So opportunities are enough that if the person has the skill set, they'll be able to get into it, right? Apart from that, as I mentioned, the exponential growth factor, which is the most important for everyone. I mean, for me, for you, and for the people who are in the audience as well, because everyone cares about money, right? I mean, if you are not able to get enough amount of money, then what is the purpose of working, right? So by exponential, I mean that it is literally an exponential. So exponential graph looks like this, and a constant graph looks like this, right? So there is a difference. Exponential will be, from one step to other step, you will be jumping a very, you'll be maybe jumping to 100%, or maybe 150 or 200% as well. I mean, I'm talking in terms of the hike. So that is the advantage you get. That is the luxury you get. If you have the right set of skill set, you get an exponential growth in your career. So it's not like you had, let's say, 6 lakhs package earlier. Now we'll be only giving you 8 lakhs package. No, it's not like that. So it is like, I mean, if you have 6 lakhs package, and if you are, able to crack a right set of company, which is because companies have the standards as well. So they will not care about what offer you have right now. They will be like, okay, we have the standard of paying 16 lakhs or 70 lakhs package to a particular experienced person. We'll be offering you this. And now just imagine 6 lakhs to 18 lakhs. What is the percentage change in this? It's more than, 100%, right? So that is the luxury you get. This is the exponential growth I'm talking about. It's not 30% hike. It says 100% or maybe beyond that as well. So this is the luxury you get.
Wow.
This is, I mean, obviously I tried to cover most of the important parts in terms of the pros. Yeah, I mean, in terms of the cons, I think you have already mentioned over here. I
Yeah.
mean, but that is something I consider it as an advantage, and still as an opportunity to grow ourselves. Because if you stop growing, if you stop learning, then you are not growing basically. If you stop learning, you will stay at that level. If you grow, if you want to grow actually to the next level, you need to learn, right? I mean, that's what used to do in our school time. We used to study in seventh class. Then once we were able to actually pass the exam, then only we were promoted to the eighth, right? So we need to
Yeah.
learn to pass to the next class, right? Or similarly in the semesters in the college, right? So that's the same thing happens in IT industry. So you need to learn. You need to constantly keep learning. You need to keep upgrading yourself. That is the most important, thing for me. I mean, I would not consider that as a cons. I mean, but yes, obviously, I mean, some people don't want to learn, then obviously they'll stay at that same level.
Yeah. And the best example is Nokia. It's one of
Exactly.
the best brand, and they didn't upgrade it themselves, so they are lost.
You need to
So
upgrade.
guys, you have to learn. Okay.
Right.
So what, I just wanted to ask you one thing. Navneet, like as I have mentioned over here, that to start a salary, I have mentioned that 5 to 7 lakh of the packages people are getting. If I'm not wrong, when
That
you
is,
were
you have
intern.
been very modest about the salary mentioned in this. So right now it's not the standard right now. I mean, this was a standard 5 years back, mostly you can say, or maybe 3, 4 years back at least. I mean, minimum. So right now, I mean, people are actually ready to pay 18, 15, 15 to 20 in the range of that package.
Wait. So you means that the package that I have written, it's very low, and people are already getting 10 lakh, 15
Exactly.
lakh, and
I
18
know.
lakh.
Exactly. I mean,
Oh my
in
god.
my company, we pay to the fresher, which is like SD1 position or a role as an engineer. That person is getting somewhere around 15 to 20. That's the range we have. So
All right.
it is not the, I mean, as I mentioned, you have been very modest about mentioning the salary. This is like very, very low kind of salary you have mentioned over here.
All right.
So
All right. All right. So by the way, when you were intern, were you making this much money as an intern?
yeah, so to be honest, yes, I was making this money during my internship.
Wow. So guys, like, have you seen when he was intern, and he was intern 5 years back, and he was making this much money when he was intern, not even a full-time employee. And this time, Navneet, how much people are making when this time as an intern? Can you tell
So
me?
as an intern, I mean, company to company it varies. For example, some very very basic companies, startup companies are paying 30,000, 35,000. That's the base internship stipend they give. And then if you go into a better companies, I mean, a bit stable companies, they are paying 50, 60,000 per month. And
Hmm.
if you go into some of the very very renowned companies which are focused on the IT, they give more than 1 lakh as well as an internship. So as an intern, you will be able to make 1 lakh per month in a lot of companies. So yeah, I mean, companies to company, it varies, but somewhere around 20, 30,000 minimum there this time. This is the time where 30,000 is the minimum for an internship if you are going into any of the company right now.
All right, all right, got it. That's really nice. That's really nice.
Like,
Oh, I got so much of secret thing from the Navneet. I'm really very excited, but I'm gonna ask some more questions for you all. Okay, but I want to tell you, as Navneet has says, to picturize into the real pictures and the statistics, guys, that in the IT market in India, if I'll just talk about, so almost $100 billion, the businesses, you can say, the investment, you can say, the size of software industry by 2025, out of which 10% is itself from the India. So even I am totally convinced to get into it, because if I am getting an opportunity to make huge success, then why we should not do it, for sure. And if somebody can do it from scratch, then I could be the one can do it. And if I talk about 2022, already 55 lakhs of people will be working in IT. All right. So it gives me a clear message. One thing, that anybody can do it. Second thing, it's a right time to get into IT. And third thing, it is not just a bubble, it is a future for sure. You can see very clearly. It is very secure and stable. And it is like, just like Navneet say, he's like, by the way, Navneet, for how many years you are working from home? Can you tell us?
I'm working almost, I think, 2.5 or 3 years now. Right?
Oh my God, 2.5 and 3 years. Guys, can you comment down and tell me that? Are you still in work from home or you're in office? Just wanted to see how many of you are working from home and office. Just wanted to just comment down. I'll just see that you want that, because I feel that in working from home, I'll save a lot of money. I'll get my homemade
A lot
foods,
of
and a lot of things are
advantages.
there. Like, even I can go outside and come back and relog in again and work. The flexibility, the peace of mind, any dress I can. Oh wow, that's nice. All right, all right. I'll just move ahead, Navneet, because it's getting very interesting for me. Somebody is saying jobless, somebody is saying from office and all. Okay, you will get everything over here. Don't worry, guys. So, Navneet, just wanted to know from your end that to get into IT, just to be very crisp and to understand to the points and everything, that what are the exact hard skills and the soft skills are required to get into IT right now in 2022, and like what exactly the expectations of HR? If you could just mention, give some name of the tool or something, then I'll get a clear idea.
Right. I mean, so I mean, obviously, IT industry itself has a lot of options, a lot of professions internally. So, I mean, if I talk about engineering, it's more of you need to have at least some understanding about the front end technologies. If you want to, get into the front end side, then there is maybe different options as well. I mean, we'll be maybe talking about it in detail as well. But in terms of the technology, if I mentioned, I mean, you can try to explore some of the tech stacks. For example, if I talk about the front end, you need to actually know HTML, CSS, JavaScript technology, right? And then on top of that comes different frameworks as well. But apart from that, in terms of the back end, you can learn Django, Python, Node.js, right? And then apart from that, these are the more of a more of an engineering focused skill sets. But apart from that as well, you have a lot of options, which I think I can keep on going. I mean, there are a lot of tech stacks. I mean, but it's more of, I'll try to keep it crisp over here. I mean, front end and back end generally. So
Mm-hmm.
that's more of an hard skills, as you asked. I mean, from my side, I would say.
All right, understood. So, like, these are the tools and these are the soft skills required. Just wanted to understand one thing, Navneet, from your end. If I'll give you a bracket of 100%, how much percent you will give to a soft skill and how much percent you will give to a hard skill?
So, okay. So just a quick explanation why my percentage will vary, because if you are an individual contributor basically means you are joining as a fresher, you are working as 1 year experience or 2 years experience over there, right? So if you are working as an individual contributor, that's where maybe 70-80% of your hard skills will come into factor, and 20-30% of your soft skills will come into picture. But as you start growing in your career, as you start jumping into next role, let's say senior software engineer or a principal engineer or a lead or a project manager or a team engineering manager, right? So as you grow in your career, soft skills percentage starts increasing, and that's where 50-60% hard skills will be coming into picture, and 40-50% also the soft skills will come into picture, because that's where you'll be interacting with the different team members, different stakeholders, right? You'll be communicating throughout the entire org. You might be talking to the CEO or CTO of the company. You might be talking to them. You need to explain them, right? And to explain, you need to actually have a better communication. That's where the soft skills come into picture, right? And also you'll be interacting with your teammates, junior team members, mentoring them. So that's again, the soft skills will come into picture, because if you're not able to problem solve with them, if you're not able to work as a team, if you're not able to lead them, how will you actually manage a team, right? So that's where soft skills start increasing. So initially 20-30%, but later on it is having a very high weightage in the career as you grow.
Nice. That's nice. I hope you got the answers, guys. That these are the basic requirements, and you can definitely do it for sure. All right. Just one last question, update. Uh, I was a mechanical engineer, and I'm a career consultant, by the way. And if I'll just spend my 6 months learning Python, Node.js, SQL, JavaScript, or CSS, will I will be able to get eligibility to an interview, or whether like I can earn same like a software engineer or not? Like, I'm telling you my current situation. Can I do it?
Right. I know. I mean, see, it depends. It depends on how you have actually learned things
Mm-hmm.
and what kind of projects you have done during your learning, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because as I mentioned earlier, right? I mean, I would actually go into a resume and see, okay, what did you do? Okay, what did you do? Relevant things related to the job profile, right? Obviously, I'll need someone who has some relevant experience, right? In terms of the
Mm-hmm.
knowledge, in terms of the projects. If you don't have any past experience as a working of experience, at least you should have project experiences, right? And then talking about the earning part. So, I mean, it
Mm-hmm.
might depend. I mean, how much you are earning as a career consultant, right? And then similarly, it might vary once you get into the IT industry, because that's where the whole profession you are changing, right? So, and the moment you start changing your profession, as I mentioned, freshers also get 15 to 20 lakhs package, and also
Mm-hmm.
freshers get 7-8 lakhs as well, right? Depends on the skill sets, right? So that is more of a skill set, how you have actually groomed yourself, and no one cares about what was your previous experience or background. And if I
Oh.
talk about Amazon or any other big companies, right, they don't care about these kind of things, because I can take a lot of examples. I mean, there was a person who was an Uber driver. In
Mm-hmm.
Uber, he's joined as an SD, software development engineer.
Oh my God.
Just imagine, I mean, because we don't really care about what you are actually doing in your past. I mean, we just care about the skill sets. If you have right set of skill sets, you are into the job. It is just that
What?
you need to come up with the relevant experience, basically,
Wow.
right? In the projects, in your learning, whatever things you have learned. So that was one of the example regarding the profession. I mean, you are still a career consultant in the still in the same domain, right? Imagine of a
Yeah.
person who was a Uber driver and he joined as an SD in the same Uber company. So just
All
imagine.
right.
So
All
that,
right.
yeah, I mean, that doesn't really matter. I mean, it's just about these skill sets.
That's really amazing and inspiring, by the way. So, guys, I know, like, whatever the Navneet is saying, that right skill set, everything. Now, the biggest questions comes in your mind, as I can see in the comment. People must be thinking that how to get that right skill set. How should I get to know that this is the right skill for me? How should I get to know that, this one will be right fit for me? And like, of course we need a mentor to solve all this problem. Of course we need, like Navneet said, you need a how you have groomed yourself, what sort of project you have done. Again and again he's saying, so how who gonna solve all this? For that you need guidance, right? And the biggest question is like, why, like why we should start in IT with the coding invaders? So what exactly we have done as a coding invaders, let me give you the solution for that. And I will come back to the Navneet again, you will see, once I'll just complete this part. So we have made all in one solution for those who want to enter into IT. I'm talking about IT, I'm not talking about any specific domain like a data analyst or full stack. I'm going to cover all the fields. Now the biggest question is, we have made uh, a best, a kind of a no brainer solution, that all in one solution, those who wants to enter in IT, and how it's going to be working. So what if I'll tell you that whether it's a QA, whether it's a project management, whether it's a mobile development, whether it's a front end, back end, data analyst, I know that you guys know all this profession, and these are high paying profession, and we don't know that whether this is working for us or not. All right. So what we have done, we have made a test drive of all this six in demand profession in just 6 weeks. So how it's gonna work, I'll tell you. So there's a first 6 week. We will give you, every week for every profession. Let's take an example. Let's suppose the first week is I'll give you something modules from coding invaders. You will get some modules, and you will get module from a data analyst. You will try it out, certain thing, and there will be one career counselor with you, and you'll try to see that whether this thing is working for me or not. If I will, we will see that yes, this guy is working in, is good into analyst. He's having problem solving skill set. He's good at analytics or something. Then the career counselor will understand, and you will be also able to understand that yes, amongst all these six high paying profession, this one high paying profession is a right fit for me. Then once you will get an idea, then you will be going to the 6 to 8 months of program for that specific courses, and you will master it, and you will get a guaranteed job. That's what we are doing in a coding innovators. So instead of choosing which one is just directly going to a specific field, it's better to try everything and then understand that which one is right fit for me. Because sometimes what happens, if I'll tell you, if I can see Navneet is doing well as a software engineer, if Navneet is a good front end developer, but it doesn't mean that I can also become a good front end developer, right? I might become a successful data scientist. I might become a successful in project management. How I will get to understand? I'm from a non-IT background. So this problem we have solved. So first 6 week we're gonna do all this. We'll spend time in 6 week to figure out this, and the rest 6 to 8 months, whatever courses we have chosen, we're gonna master it and get a guaranteed thing. Because in a coding invaders, we provide 100% job guarantee. So there is a no risk of wasting money and time learning the wrong IT profession. It's like, what people were doing. I'll just tell you, my friends were like attracted by their friends that, oh, he's doing this much, he's doing data scientist, he is doing this thing. So I got, people get fascinated and they start spending money in data analyst. And after 3-4 months, they realize that, oh, it's so boring and this is not working for me. Right. So this is wrong thing. It's here you wasted your time, here you wasted your money as well. It's better to try all this profession for yourself in just 6 weeks, and then understand that this was the right fit for me. Just like in India, once we are serious about the career, we don't know what to do. We do engineering, and after 3 years, we realize that okay, I can become an actor, I can become this, I can become this. So similarly, to make it very practical, to choose the right profession, you have to try it first, and for that, we have made 6 weeks plan. So it's involved into the course. It's not something which is 6 weeks separate. It is involved into the course. In the first 6 weeks, you're gonna try all the six in-demand profession and choose the one that suits you best. And career counselor will help you choose the right one. And then you're gonna continue 6 to 8 months, and then you will get a job in that field, that too guaranteed. So yes, career guidance based learning, once it is involved, you will be choosing the risk free career, because we value your time, money, everything. All right, guys. So I'm going to ask another question to the Navneet, and it's gonna be amazing, because we will try to understand that which one is, how exactly things work. If you have any other questions related that how this program works or everything, please drop your details in the link which is mentioned in the chat section, or you can just message me on the LinkedIn. My links are there. You can just reach out to the coding invaders. The counselor will be explaining you everything, and also there's a link in the chat section. You can just comment down, you can just enter your details number, they will be calling you and explaining you well. I will again explain this particular concept at the end, but stay tuned. But we'll be asking another question to Navneet. Moving ahead, just wanted to understand how exactly the whole IT thing works and why we should definitely take a decision. So to understand in this particular master class, we're going to understand how this IT thing works. All right, moving ahead. So Navneet, I hope you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you,
Thank you.
and
Yeah.
I think I understood your question as well. So, I mean, talking about how the IT industry works, I mean, I'll try to take one of the basic example of any of the startup, right? I mean, you can imagine a startup as a big IT company as well, because that big IT company was actually a small startup once, right? So, if I talk about how things work in the IT industry, it's more of you can think, you come up with the ideas, right? You start thinking about the, okay, what are the basic needs, how will I actually make money, right? How will the business create the revenue? So that's where the business point of things come into picture, and that is the first basic thing. I mean, that's where the thought process starts coming into picture, and then we jump into actually finalizing, okay, this is what we want to do, okay, these are the requirements, we need to build a particular website or particular application, and then we start finalizing, okay, these are the basic features which we want to be in our application, and then we want to actually uh, build this entire application with X and Y features, let's say, right? So that's where the requirement gathering comes into picture, and then comes actually, once you have finalized, okay, this is what I want to build, that is where the design comes into picture, that now you need to actually change your entire thought process, you need to use your creativity and come up with the final designs, that okay, this is how I want to present my particular application to the end users, right? Or end users over here are customers, right? I mean, for example, you can talk about any application like Swiggy, Zomato, everyone might be using, Flipkart, Amazon, everyone is using, right? So the design and the layout which you see on the website, right, or on the application, that is more of a design. First, the process and the features were over there, and then they came up with the design. Okay, this is how I need to come up with the application. How will the application look for the you customers? And then comes the coding part. I mean, that's the favorite part for the engineers, because that's where we code, right? That's where we build that entire application so that it is actually reached to the entire end customers, right? So we do the coding part, then we try to develop it, then we do the testing, we try to verify, okay, whether the things which we develop are working fine or not. That's where the testing comes into picture. And then once, let's say, the testing is finalized and done, what does that mean? Now we are good to go, right? I mean, that's where we make it live and try to engage and bring in customers and users into the application, right? So that's where we make it live. And then after that, what happens is, this is the important part. I mean, because it's not just about making it live, it is also about maintaining it, because you need to keep constantly monitor the entire application, whether it is working fine for the users or not, whether it is breaking or not, right? And then once that is verified, you jump into collecting the data. I mean, because the last point is the important point for the first point, because when you thought of a project of our idea, we wanted to build something, right? The entire cycle works, and then comes to the data. You start talking about the data, you try to actually analyze everything, whatever experiments you did, and then you pass on that knowledge and learning to the business again. Then again, business decides whether the particular experiment or a product which we build was successful or not, right? So this is the whole cycle. So this is
All
how the
right.
IT products actually work.
All right, that's beautiful explanation by Navneet. But now I'll tell you that throughout this whole cycle, all this profession comes in, and let me show you that all this profession gonna fit in all this process. And Navneet, as you can see, all this profession,
Yeah,
this six professions is
sure.
there. So now you can see on the screen, guys, and Navneet will be explaining how
Exactly.
exactly it will work and where
So
the people is required.
Exactly. So as I mentioned, I mean, the first point, there is nothing mentioned in the yellow color if you see, but that doesn't mean that no one is there. There are people who are in the leadership team actually, who actually start thinking about the ideas. All right. And that's where the ideas come into picture. And then is the second point, which is the IT project manager. It is mentioned over here. Sometimes people call it as product manager as well, because you are thinking about a product, you are trying to come up with the requirements, all those things, the work of the whole work which I was talking about in the second part of requirement gathering, finalizing design, and deciding on the features. All those things are the work of the product managers. Okay, so that's the job for product managers. Then comes the design. Again, I mean, in design there is nothing mentioned, but I'll tell you there are UI UX designers, right, who are having creative understanding. I mean, they are really creative in terms of designing things. So that's where design comes into picture, and that's where the UI UX designers come into picture, right? So that is another job profile in this. So this UI UX designers fit into this category, right? Because they give us the layout as a coder, as a software engineer. They provide us the layout that, okay, this is what we want to develop, right? They sit with the product manager, they design everything, and then they tell us that, okay, this is what we want, right? Then comes the coding. Then coding can be again divided into different sections. If you talk about the mobile application, right, Swiggy, for example, right? So that then in that there will be a mobile developer, which is like who works on the mobile application side, on the design and coding of that particular entire application. Then comes the backend side, which is more of backend is nothing but just, you can say, generally things which we don't see, but still that is the most important part that actually makes the entire application work. Okay, so then again both of the people actually collaborate and develop it. Then comes the testing part. As I was mentioning, whenever we develop, we need to verify things are working or not, right, as per the expectations, as per the requirement. That's where testing comes into picture. So QA engineers are the people who actually test our things which we develop. The QA engineers actually verify those. All right, so that is where QA engineers come into picture. And then coming again, maintenance is for, again, who will maintain things. The person who developed it, the same person is supposed to maintain it, right? Because if I develop things, I will be responsible for owning it end to end, whether it is working fine or not, right? Whether it is actually performing the expected results or not. So that is where again maintenance comes into picture. Then last but not the least, I mean, it's the data analyst part, which where, as a data analyst, you actually start gathering all the information regarding the customers and users, and then start getting the learnings, because you are the people who will be actually answering to the business. Because if I am a business, right, I mean, for example, if I am at number one, right, if I am the owner of a company, right, or a product, I would need the learnings, right? So you are the people who will be actually giving me the learning. Okay, this is how we did. This was the learning. This is what the revenue was. This is how the business did. Whether it was a successful, whether this experiment was a failure, whatever it is, right? You need to let me know, right? So that's where data analysts come into picture. Then this whole team or entire section or job profiles which I just mentioned collectively form a company, actually IT company. Actually, apart from this, obviously there are non-IT professions as well in the IT company as well, which obviously is not mentioned over here, but this is in general about the IT product, how the product developed, and people who are involved in it.
Wow, wow, that's a beautiful explanation regarding whole that how exactly it works, which gives a clear message, guys, that there is not only one profession which is going to be a boom. For sure, every profession is going to be on high demand, and that comes in the IT. But the major question is like, which one is the right fit for me? That is the main goal of our uh, program that we are offering in the Coding Invaders, that is Start in IT. So we're going to solve all this thing, an interesting thing, so that it's very important to understand which one is the right fit for us, and then killing the industry the way Navneet is doing. All right. So as you guys have already understood with Navneet that yes, what sort of a job role IT project managers do, what back-end developer do, what front-end people do, they design, create, maintain websites, mobile developer is the type of a software developer. So you have understood that where these people are used and where it can be done, and where like what job role they have. Like a QA engineer finds the bugs and it fix it. So of course, like whoever is developing the software or maintaining the software, they have to fix it as well. For that they need a you know the tester as well. Generally we call a manual tester, automation tester. So every profession is interlinked. And if IT is growing, every profession is growing for sure. And the more unique idea, the more high packages, and the more efficient you work, the more better you will grow. All right. So what exactly we are doing? So we offer you the most up to date knowledge, and as like Navneet said, that we have to be like, up to date in the market. We have to keep upskilling yourself, so it's better to learn all the tools which is latest in the market, and then working on it and getting into the right field. So what exactly we are doing in a Coding Invaders, as like I said, our main goal is to provide you the solution that which profession works for you, and then going ahead. And that course in our Coding Invaders known as Guarantee Start in IT course. We help you to choose the most fitting profession, the most correct profession, and that's how you will master the one out of all six most in demand. The chart that you have seen, which includes front end developer, data analyst, data science, QA, back end, mobile development, project management, all six thing you're going to try in this particular course in the first 6 week, and then you will figure out that which one is working for me, and the career guidance will guider will help you, and that's how you will choose the one which suits you best, and then continue the course and master it and move ahead. So that's the perfect approach. Like if somebody will ask me, even if somebody will ask Navneet will say that to choose the one you have to try everything, and that's the easiest solution, right? That's the thing. So now moving ahead, if I'll talk about, I'll just ask one question to Navneet, but I'll just tell you that these are the packages generally the hierarchy people get. He's just looking at the numbers of the packages people are getting. So like you can say middle front end, senior front end developer, and a lot like in the back end the packages are there 2 lakh, 13 lakh, 21 lakh, and these are the packages you can see that the mobile developer are making 4 lakh, 2 lakh, 5 lakh, 10 lakh. I'll just ask one question to Navneet, guys, and let's see what his take on that. So these are the packages you can see that once you will join, how you will grow, even as a QA engineer, how you will grow within 2 to 3 years. So the one question I want to ask Navneet is that the packages that I have shown you, I'll just have a quick recap. The packages that I have shown you, is it do you think that is it achievable or something? Would you have any comments on that?
Yeah, I mean, again, I mean, you have been modest about mentioning the packages. So, as I mentioned, I mean, current trend has actually, changed. I mean, people are earning more. I mean, people are offering more as a company as well. So it's not just about, the packages which you mentioned. Maybe I don't know. I mean, very few companies might be paying that lower packages which I saw in the earlier slides. I mean, for example, 2-3 lakhs. I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, the companies who are paying that amount of money to the people now.
Did you mean
Uh,
that we should increase the number of packages that I
yeah,
have mentioned? I've
definitely we
put the
need to
list.
break the numbers because I mean, right now, I mean, these days people are actually earning more as well. So,
Oh,
but yeah, I mean, you can still, as I saw in few of the initial slides of this, that as I mentioned, I mean, if you are actually jumping into the packages, uh, if you have an exponential growth, your packages will be having exponential growth in that as well, because in terms of the offers which I was just mentioning earlier, right? So that
mhm.
exponential growth brings you good amount of money and so.
Wow, that's nice. That's nice. So just since you are talking too much about the expenditure code, I have one question in my mind, but yes, I will be asking at the end for sure. So guys, like, did you see one thing? He's again and again saying that we have been very modest in writing the packages. We should increase the packages for sure. So yes, like we have written the worst case scenario, and for sure, you will be making more than that, the packages that you have seen in front of us, because he is into in IT and he's already hiring, so he knows what exactly the pay scale right now, right? So one thing I wanted to know, Navneet, from your end, like looking at the whole your explanation, like what is the
Right.
like you are, I guess, like you're into more sort of into the front end, back end sort of a thing, right?
Yeah, I
So
mean, more of a full stack. Yeah.
yeah, like so I just wanted to know one thing, that how did you choose your path? Like how exactly you choose your path?
All right. Cool. That's pretty interesting information. Actually, I'll be providing you guys. So, I mean, when I was in college, I mean, that's where it's actually starts grooming, right? I mean, when you're learning, that's where you start exploring opportunities, as I mentioned earlier. So, when I was in college, it was more of for me. It was I used to see people actually building a lot of front end related, websites, right? And I was like, okay, I need to do it, but I was not able to, do it because it was not just about learning; it was also about the interest area of interest. So whenever I used to participate into hackathons, so it you always used to be like I used to actually take my friend and say that, okay, you will be building on the front end side. I'll try to write the logics. I'll try to work on the back end side, because since the beginning it was more of for me that I can actually build the logics. I can think of the approaches to solve a particular problem. So
Mm-hmm.
that's where I actually started analyzing, okay, this is something that is actually, attracting me more, and I'm also comfortable in doing it, right? I mean, because it's not just about I'm struggling into it. For example, I tried building front end, I tried building websites, right? But it was more of a struggle for me. I was actually struggling to build it that period of time. So that's where I actually jumped into the back end side. I mean, more back end side, less of a front end. But now it's more of I know both of the things. I mean, obviously I am working on both of the things now. But initially it was a struggle for me because I had to try, and I tried and I failed in that. And that's where I realized, okay, maybe it was not just about failing in general. It was more about failing in the the interest as well, because that was having the least interest from my side. In the back end side, always it was high interest area, and it was always fascinating for me to build the logics and write things which are actually the main and core functionalities to make the entire product, right? People don't see backend, but it's the very, very important core part, because that's where the all maintenance happens, all the data flows happen. That's all happening from the backend side. So yeah, I mean, I was more into understanding, and I had only two options, either front end or back end. Then I mean, I didn't go into any other option, because this was something clear in my head that I at least want to do something into this. And that's where two options, and then I chose one in the initial
All
phase.
right, all right. That's really a pretty elaborated answer, guys. And thank you so much, Navneet, for this beautiful explanation, so that it gets an idea that how to choose the one. But yeah, let's do some test to the audience. As I said, in this audience, like we will be doing a test. We will see that, a small test. We will see that what qualities you have, guys, and which professions may suit you well. So I'll just showcase you that. So yes, moving ahead, I just like wanted to tell you that the first step is the biggest step, guys, and is the toughest step. And we all are working professionals, and I can see in the comment section that majority of them are willing to learn and understand. Majority of them are 23 plus, 25 plus. Some people are 30 plus, 35 plus, more than that. So obviously we are into the hurry to find out, save time, and get into these things done. So this is the main, like, to choose the right profession. We have especially made this program is the one of the main goal of guarantee start in IT course of coding invaders. And that's why we are helping you to choose the right profession, and then mastering it and getting into a guaranteed one. All right, so these are the things which I'm going to tell you later in this webinar. So I'm just trying to mention you in between is that because choosing a right career is one of the crucial thing, guys. It is not something very light. Because if you could have seen some movies, people are like, generally people ask me why you did mechanical engineering. I just said that it was looking very fancy and sexy, then I just did it. So it's not like that. It is something that a very serious thing about our life, because after 20 and 30 we will be like settled, and for that we need to be very serious, and for that you need to get a right guidance. And that's why dedicatedly we have developed this program which will help you to choose the right profession, master it, and get placed. It saves times, value for money, and solves all the problem. Later on I'll discuss more about this. Let's have some test and understand that which profession suits you best. All right, so guys, just wanted to know that what qualities your family, friends, and colleagues find in you. Just want, it can be problem solving skills you have. Maybe if you must be having quality of analytical skills, you must be having quality of anything. Just want you to comment down over here so that I can see that what sort of quality you have. And as you can see in the poll section, you have clicked on certain polls that somebody want to become data analyst, somebody want to become front end, back end, IT manager, QA engineer, mobile developer. So just comment down what qualities you have. Just comment down. I'm waiting, and I'm going to show you on the screen that which will be the right fit for you, because this is a live test and we have made certain case studies in such a way which somewhere works. So for sure, some Amit's saying that he's having a problem solving. Nidhi is saying he's having a problem solving skills, and pressure handling. Okay, so maybe Sambit could be into the sales, and Sai Krishna is having analytical skills. All right, more comments, guys. A good communication skill, problem solver from Rajesh. All right. All right. I'm just waiting, guys. Please interact with us so that we can, put anybody's and ask a question with Navneet. So, graphic designer. So, I guess Navneet, graphic designer could be the best for a UI or UX design, something like that.
UX design,
Yeah,
correct.
yeah. Analytical people for sure will go to the data analyst, but yeah, good at decision make and problem solving. Okay, analyst. Okay. So I'll just show you the test result, guys. Ashutosh Pandit is saying that business oriented can analyze things minutely, business mindset and creative. I have a management skill as well, problem solving. Akriti Prasad. All right, so it's time to show you the test result, guys. It was fun that everybody was interacted and everybody has shown us the skills. Let me show you that which profession can be a right fit for you. So all the people who are creative and good at communication have a growth mindset and teamwork. You can one by one see that which one is suiting you. People who are having problem solving, teamwork, patience in communication can go a back end. People having empathy, problem solving, attention to details and communication can be a tester, a QA. People who are in more into a research as attention to a detailed communication problem solving can be a data analyst or data science profession. All right, guys. So these are the profession you can see. If you have a leadership skills, communication, problem solving, conflict management, decision making, relationship building, adaptability, and time management, then project management will be the best. So this is the a brief idea, guys, to tell you a small test to just give you an idea that which one is suiting you. And I hope that this particular slide have given you a better clarity that yeah, okay, this thing is something which is legit. So since I'm again telling you, the course that we have designed is specifically for that, and specific career counselor we have assigned for this, and that solves all the problem. And now moving ahead with the packages, whatever this it suits you. So let me just show you. Front end developers in India are making more than 7 lakh, which Navneet said that I am being very modest. It should be more. So guys, even the person who is already worked into Amazon, he made more than 7 lakhs when he was intern. So of course that 5 years back you can make more because it's already 2022. And from backend people are also 7 plus 10 plus. And like these are the worst case scenario, guys. You can make more than that for sure. So you can see the packages, guys. I hope you are very happy to see that. And I hope that people are able to see that yes, this is the potential. And to be very honest, guys, the packages that you're observing over here, that is a starting package. And again, as Navneet said, that it's up to you what sort of a skill set, what sort of project you have did, what sort of things you have worked on. That basis you will crack. Company have a potential to pay you 50 lakh, 60 lakh, but it's you how you perform and take the package. All right, guys. Moving ahead, I guess we have understood that uh, the winner I have seen, as I can see in the poll situation, majority of the people are more into the data analyst. So data analyst is something which is booming a lot, I can see. But still, guys, I would request you all to have a detailed conversation with our counselor by just going and clicking into the comment sections. You will get a better understanding and go for this particular program and invest 6 weeks and figure out which one works for you and nail this IT industry. All right, guys. So I'll just remind you that we are already into the contest. You have stayed with us. So there's a link in the comment section. We just to let you know that this 6 week and this 6 and 8 months course, the whole 9.5 months course, which solves the major problem of choosing the right profession and providing you a guaranteed job, we are giving it for free. And we're going to choose the one lucky winner right today in this particular webinar. And we have few minutes left and we're going to make it, and you can be the lucky winner for that. Please go check the link into the chat section, go and register your name, and in front of you I'll be choosing the winner right away. All right, guys. So the whole premium program that we have designed with a proper guaranteed batch, you will be getting it for free. And all the people who will not win for sure, you will be getting a special offer and a participation certificate, and a counselor call will be there to help you to understand in a one-on-one way that which one will be the right fit for me and why we should choose it. And there's no reason left why we should not come into IT, because I can see the industry is booming and we are already delaying. All right, guys, the most awaiting, uh, I know that Navneet is running out of time, but with all due respect, Navneet, we really genuinely loved the way you answered, and humbly you smiled and helped us to understand, and it was really very inspiring, and you totally convinced me to get into IT. Probably I'll be going to LinkedIn and asking you. You can find the LinkedIn link of Navneet, guys. If you want to personally in touch with the Navneet, you can just check the LinkedIn link of Navneet in the chat section. You can interact with him. But for sure, the Q&A, let's start the Q&A session. Meanwhile, I'll just wait for the better question. Navneet, you can have a glass of water. I'll just see the better, the questions, and definitely we're gonna pick up the best question from the audience, and we'll get it solved, guys. Meanwhile, guys, I want to recall once again that contest is on. I'll give you 10-20 seconds, guys. Please go and register. The link is into the chat section, and I'll just pick the best questions and I'll ask one on one with the Navneet, and Navneet will be answering to all the people who have posted a question. All right. So I'm just scrolling. Too many questions I can see. Raj is saying that I'm excited to be a lucky winner. I love this positive approach. You should definitely go into this course. Okay. So the questions I will check. There's one message. There's one question from Snidha, and Navneet, I'll read it for you.
Yeah.
Uh, I have done a PG diploma in data science by an institute which offered me 100% placement guarantee placement. But it's been more than 1 year I have not got a job. How can I believe anybody with this kind of experience? All right. So, Snida, I want to personally cater this question and I want to tell you that you have done PG and diploma. Probably, like, if I would say, if you are from a non IT and want to get into IT, you should not definitely jump into so high pure courses which is a tough for you. You should always choose the one which helps you. We'll give you one example. Navneet, as you can see in our courses, we have written Python rather than JavaScript. Why Python is important for our beginners, not Java? Can you give us an answer?
Right. I mean, so the pretty straightforward answer towards that will be, as you mentioned, I mean, you should always try to jump from the basics and try to do something that is pretty straightforward and easy.
Mm-hmm.
And Python gives you that, leverage to actually learn it, because Python is a pretty straightforward language, and also it has, very basic and straightforward syntaxes to learn. And people who are into, data analyst or something like that, they can start going into, get started with the Python, try to explore, write programs, basic programs, and you don't need to learn a lot of things in that in the beginning. So that's where I think Python will help you in much better way.
So, guys, why I asked this question is just because going into direct a big PG program or something, it will definitely create a problem because it will start bouncing and it will definitely not give us a right hook to crack the interview. So it's better to learn only those skill set which can be learned by us. Rest you can make your career. It's not something you have to go something in a whole degree and certification. Throughout the webinar, Navneet didn't give a damn about the degrees and everything. He just worried about the skill set. So, guys, if you will just go to the very big degree programs or something, you're gonna have a whole sort of a curriculum which we will try your best, and once you will not be able to do it, definitely it will be demotivating for you. So it's better to learn only those skills which is required, get a hands-on experience, and for sure it is not so tough to get into IT. Trust me, you can figure out yourself by the LinkedIn as well, to be very honest. Now, the one question I want to ask you, Navneet, I'll just read it for you. I am completely from a non-IT background, sir. So how hard it will be for me to get into IT?
Okay. All right. So see, I mean, there is a very straightforward approach towards anything, learning anything. It could be IT, it could be non-IT, anything. So the straightforward approach that I follow is more of try to understand what is the very first step towards that. That is, let's say if you're going into an IT, right, and if you want to go into a specific role, right, for example, if you want to go into a data analyst, if you want to do the front end or back end, right, so they all have their own first step, right? Every profession will have their first step, right? So you need to jump only on the first step, not worry about the entire journey of it. You start with the first step, take first step, which is basically start learning. And what is that? Learn the technology, learn how things are working, right? And then gradually you will start understanding, okay, this is how it is working. If you start writing by one basic program, if you're learning any technology, start with learning the syntaxes, and then start by writing very, very basic programs for printing a message. I mean, this is something I might be telling in a more technical way, but I'm just trying to make it more, generic for you guys. For example, um, in any of these skill sets, right? Any of the profession, It is all about learning the first step, learning the basics, right? It could be, let's say, if you are into banking, right? You need to learn how to, do aptitude, right? How to do reasoning, and how did you start that, right? It is more of you started with the very basic mathematics, right? Understanding how things work, and then gradually you jumped onto the tougher questions, right? How to solve those, right? In the if you're preparing for a banking job, for example, right? Similarly, it happens in this as well. I mean, you need to learn that first, right? Learn the basics. Start with the technology stack.
Yeah.
Learn the basic, write some basic programs. So in the coding, it is writing programs. In data analyst, also you need to write the program, right? Ultimately, you need to write the logic in the programming, right? So you need to learn basics of that programming, and then gradually, keep pushing yourself, and start moving to the next level. Start learning some advanced things. Then comes like data analyst or back end or front end. That's the next level of thing. First is basic,
All
right?
right.
If you want to go into the IT.
Got it. Got it. Thank you so much for this beautiful answer. So convincing and it was so clear for us. Another question, Navneet, from Sai Krishna. He's saying that when someone is already having IT experience, whether the previous experience will be counted during the changing domain. Like Sai Krishna is trying to change his domain. He's already into IT. So will his experience will be counted? And I'm adding one more thing. Will I will be getting a salary hike and switching
Okay.
it?
Okay, so two things in that. Okay, one is pretty important. I mean, that if you are switching the domain basically means if you are in the IT, maybe you might be in HR, right? You might be into sales, right? You might be into maybe some of the other job roles, maybe finance, right? So that could be the possibilities. I'm just able to think of few of the examples right now. So
Mm,
now, if you want to switch
mm,
from that to the engineering side, or core engineering, you can say, right? Everything whatever you saw earlier in the professions, that was the part of engineering. Okay, so that is the whole engineering section. If you want to get into the engineering, your previous job experience doesn't matter, because we will not be considering that, right? Because that's not relevant to this profession. If you are into IT management, right? I mean, the project manager or product manager, right? Then it might help you with that, right? But in more into towards the engineering, core engineering, where you are trying to code things, writing programs and everything, that's where it will not be relevant for us, right? So just try to think from the same perspective. I mean, if you are into some of the let's say, for example, everyone might be having maid, right, in your house. And what happens, I mean, if that maid is not able to cook properly, then what do? I mean, you don't hire that particular maid for cooking, right? You just hire that for cleaning things, right? So same thing happens in general as a profession I'm talking about. If you are in a different profession, and if you want to switch to a different profession, your previous experience only will be relevant. If it is relevant, then only it will be counted. Otherwise, it will not be counted. And now talking about the hike, I'm not sure about the exact amount of hike you might get, but at least people try to give you the same kind of a package, because you will not be treated as the same experience in that, right? In that particular new role, you will be treated as more of a fresher, or a a junior level of role, or a person in that, right? So in that case, you will be given a similar kind of an salary as well. So there is, one is like, you first of all, you need to get into the IT, right, from the non-IT. Then comes the salary hike part, and then comes the rest of the things. So hike will be given if you are excellent candidate. They will definitely give you, consider that, okay, this was your previous compensation, we'll try to make it or match it at that level. At least if not hike, then at least we'll match it. And we'll promise you that, okay, in next 6 months or 1 year, we'll try to help you grow in the next level, and we will also help you to gain the compensation or a salary hike in coming years or coming months. So this is how we you try to generally get into the company, and that's what the growth looks like. I hope I
wow.
answered the question.
Yep. 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 That's pretty elaborated. That's really nice. Thank you so much, Navneet, for this beautiful answer. Somebody is saying that I'm a mechanical engineer and I really want to get into IT sector and I really want to start from scratch. Then there's a prop solution. Go to this our guarantee start in IT course. Click into the chat section and into the details. Our your counselor will help you for that. All right. One question I want to ask you, and that is pretty simple. And sir, please tell me, I'm eligible for IT. I'm undergraduate and my stream is in arts.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. So again, see, I think in terms of switching from different profession, as I mentioned, I mean, profession doesn't matter if you came from arts, if you came from, let's say, any of the mechanical side or any of the other streams, right? Until and unless you have the right set of skill sets, right? And if you have worked on the relevant projects, up- whatever company you are applying for, whatever job role you are applying for, if you are having right set of skill sets, you will definitely be able to get the job. So that's not a challenge. The only challenge is how you are learning, and what was your pace of learning. You might learn slowly, and then similarly your growth will be slow. If you learn exponentially, then your growth will be exponential, right? So it's pretty directly proportional thing. I mean, as you learn, the same way you will grow. If you stop learning, you'll stop growing. That's pretty directly proportional concept. So it is, I think, people whoever are asking related to switching from one background to another, just try to learn things. Just try to go and explore opportunities. Okay, what are the options you have, and whatever interests you, try to learn in that particular domain, and then get started with your career. I don't see any challenge in that. The only challenge is when you get started with the learning. So if you get started with the learning today onwards, you'll definitely be able to land a job, right?
Understood. Understood. Thank you so much, Navneet. I have one last question.
Yeah.
The last question is from Vinod Kushwaha. He has done BTech in IT and MBA in 2014. No corporate experience except two startup for myself. So, is there any chance to recover this gap in this industry?
So did he do startups on him, right? I mean, whatever he did, he was working on his own startup, correct?
Yep, yep. He mentioned
The
the same thing.
experience. That's the experience, dude. That's the experience. You have,
Wow.
a good experience in that case. If you worked on your own startup, that means you have experience across the, domains. You might be managing things. You might also be looking into the engineering managing side. Then you might also be looking into the design side. You might be also doing the, data analyst side as well. I mean, obviously not at that level, but you might be doing that as well, because if you're doing the profit and loss concept, and you're trying to understand your revenue, whether you are successful or the product is failing, all those are the experiences. So you can still get into the company. I mean, so that is an
Wow.
experience. So don't say that you don't have an experience. You have an experience, and that's a good experience. I
I
have
mean,
seen
like
people
the
having these startups.
recruiter will be observing that. Acha, you have done this thing in a startup, and then he will take the best one out of it, and then he will hire, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's where you need to decide now. I mean, you might have done multiple things. Which
Hmm.
one do you want to get into? And you can go ahead with that because you have an experience of startup.
All right. And to all the people who are asking for the hope, having no experience, please, there's a lot of hope and scope. Please go and register and get the things done. All right, Navneet, thank you so much for your time. And I know that you have given more than the time you have. And we are really very glad that you came here. And guys, I'm dropping the LinkedIn link of Navneet. You can stay in connect with him. You can take a proper guidance from him. If you want to talk, you can definitely go and talk to Navneet about the guidance. And he's always available and he loves to help people. So you can stay connected with him. And thank you once again, Navneet, for giving your valuable time. And like meanwhile in your office hours, you figured out a time for us. We are so glad that we had you here. Thank you so much. If you have any final line to the audience, you can just say, and we are really, really thankful for all your detailed and elaborated answers. Anything you want to say to the audience?
Right. I think it was obviously, thanks for inviting me over here. That's the first thing. And also, I mean, it was great being here because I mean, I have seen a lot of questions. I mean, I was just scrolling down over there. I mean, there are a lot of people who actually want to get into the IT, and that's great. I mean, actually, I mean, obviously, I mean, whichever questions we have not covered, you can obviously go into the, reach out to them, and you can obviously get those doubts cleared. And obviously, as my LinkedIn profile has been also posted, so you can reach out to me as well. I'm completely fine in terms of helping you, clarifying your doubts as well. But the only thing is, I mean, people who have joined this call, and they have joined for a specific intention, and I hope I have tried to fulfill that intention. And if I was able to actually fulfill those doubts, whatever doubts you had in your mind, I hope I have cleared those. And it was a great session with you guys, and I hope you guys start learning and try to switch into the IT industry, because there is a lot of opportunities. I mean, trust me, there is a lot of industry opportunities in this industry. So make sure you learn and join the companies. I mean, maybe some of you might we might come in the same company. That who knows? So always
Wow.
try to, and if we come across somewhere, maybe we can have these kind of conversations as well, right? So
Yeah.
I think it was great talking to you, Amir. I mean, it was great in terms of communicating my experiences and trying to clarify the doubts the people might be having in their mind.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
thank you guys for joining and being here with me.
Thank you. Thank you, Navneet. Bye, and we will see you soon again. And guys, you have the link of Navneet LinkedIn. You can reach out to him as well and say thanks to Navneet. And we will move on to our contest. All right, guys. It was an amazing session with Navneet, and we really enjoyed. So I'm again going to tell you that. We are still into the contest, and this is the lastest point I'm telling you guys, that we are going to win this particular premium course for free. So if you have joined and haven't registered yet, because I'm going to announce the winner, guys, so you have to stay till the end. It's just only 10 minutes. I'll just stick and I'll just announce the winner right away, and I'm going to solve some problem because I've seen a lot of questions. So I'm going to wait for a 10 second. I would request you all to just click in the chat section. There's a link. Be the part of contest. If you heard us till the end, why not to win this opportunity? You can even win this premium course for free. All right, so the link is in the chat section, and you can definitely register and I'll announce the winner. All right, guys, so moving ahead, I'll just wait for 10 seconds, guys. Link is into the chat section, uh, and I'll just see that who haven't registered, you can just register it and just send me hi, and then accordingly we will proceed ahead to choose the winner. All right, so the link in the chat section, there is a name, email, and number you have to register. And once you are done, I'll just check the list how many people have participated in the contest. So almost more than 120 people have registered. That's really amazing. And wow, so I guess I have to move on to there's still the number increasing. That's really nice. Okay guys, we are going to announce the winner for sure, but before that I want to tell you that how to move into IT, as I discussed. So yeah, it is very simple to to move into IT. You need to try all the things. Once you will try by yourself, you will figure out easily. And to try that, the main goal of Coding Invaders in the guarantee start, the guarantee start in IT courses, we will solve this problem for you. In this, we will help you to choose the right profession, and then you will master the one and get a guaranteed job. So why is it, like, somebody people think that why is it so hard to move to IT without guidance? If you are one who is like afraid to make a choice or something, our program is definitely going to help you out, because it saves time and it's value for money. Because there will be nothing left in my heart that I didn't try this. I'll get to try everything in the Coding Invaders course, which is guaranteed start in IT. In that course, I will try every profession in first 6 weeks. I'll get a clarity that yes, this is my cup of tea, and my career guidance will help me that yes, this profession is right fit for you, and your skill set is matching, and that's how you will choose that profession and continue for another 6 to 8 months, and then you will get a guaranteed job. If I'm saying a guaranteed job, I'm not saying verbally. We have job guarantee agreement that you will get, and you there's certain criteria is involved. So if you are a graduate already, if you have laptop, if you understand the courses in English, you are the right fit. You can take this decision irrespective of age, irrespective of your gap, irrespective of your experience, irrespective of your background. I hope you understood. So everybody can definitely do it, and this is the exclusive job guarantee badge that we are going to start soon in this Diwali. So don't miss a chance to register for it. Still, the link is into the chat section. Go register, get a call from counselor, be the part of this contest, and win this for free as well. All right. So moving ahead, guys, I'm going to tell you a few more things, and then we're going to solve your problem and we're going to tell you the winner. So what do we offer exactly in this particular course? I'll tell you once again. As Navneet said, the grooming is required, right skill set is required, a lot of skill set, and the preparation is required. Which project you have done, what sort of experience you have, what is your background, CV building. For that, you need a mentor, and that's where what we have done is we made a whole, the career guidance sort of a module where you will be mastering the profession along with the career consultant. and you will be making the smart choice where you are good at, and that's how you will build your career. It's not just something that my friend is doing data analyst and I just got and get into. There was one comment from the candidate said that I did PG in diploma from something and I didn't got a job. Maybe this was not the right cup for us. That is the biggest question, right? Maybe you are good at front end or back end. Maybe you're good at different project management. So it's better to have a counseling call. It's better to have a career consultant who can work closely with you, or even if you don't have a trust to anybody, at least try all the profession in the less time. And trust me, we are the only platform in Asia have built this particular program, and in just 6 weeks we are solving this problem, and then the rest 8 months will go in this particular thing, and that's how you will master. No other organization is solving this problem, to be very honest. Moving ahead, because it saves a lot of time, it takes an effort to work closely with each candidate and solve the problem. All right. So Samir is saying that I'm 45-year-old and I'm unemployed. Help me out. It is we're gonna solve this problem. Just go have a talk with the counselor. Link is into the chat section. It's time to take action. It's not too late to start again. As I said, if you are dreaming about IT career, there's a three simple step, that is end-to-end packages. I'm going to tell you. The whole course is a 9.5 months, you can say, the tenure of the course. The first 6 weeks will be dedicated to the student, and you will be trying all six most popular IT profession. You will practice it and you will understand what you like, what you don't like, where you are good at, and then you will be having an assessment of your profile with a career consultant, and then the career consultant will help you to understand that this profession is going to be a right fit for you. Once you will choose that particular profession, then the rest 8 months you will put to master that profession where you are good at, and then get your dream job. So don't you think that it is one of the most simplified and the most satisfying and the most worthy enough approach? It's better to try all things and then figure out where I'm good at and then do it. Simple as that. We have made it simple for you. All right, guys. I know. I hope it is very helpful. So it's very simple that we know that what is best for you. And I have been into this edtech for 5 years, so I have understood. Whenever you go for any profession, we always ask that from which background you are, what is your background, what is your experience. On that basis we do it. So once you will be the part of coding invaders, we will be understanding your background, what you like, where you are good at, and what is in demand. On that basis we'll make a choice and make a combination. That is what the first approach. So we will be choosing all the right profession, and then after that you will be having assessment with career consultation and lot more, and that's how you will figure out everything. So it's better to invest time in a strategic way in a trustworthy places where the people are ready to help you out the major problem, because the first step is the toughest and the most important step, guys. Okay, once you have chosen the one, and then grill yourself in mastering it. And once you have mastered, it's not something which is a diploma or something we are offering for 12 or 14 months. No, it's better to do a normal thing, learn all these high paying tools, figure out, okay, and then do it. It is much less in time. Be very practical, choose and take the smartest decision, and get hired for an IT job. All right, guys, it's very simple. It's very simple. And how we have made this possible, because all the tools are in demand tools, updated tools. The whole the format of the course is totally like for the student as well as for the working professional as well as specifically, to be very honest. If you're a working professional, you don't have a time, don't worry. Still, the module has made in such a way blended learning platform it is, that even if you're not available, you can do it in the late night. You can study. We have a live sessions as well. 80% practice is involved in a job simulator. Job simulator is a kind of a digital lab that we have prepared. You will be practicing all this thing. And the best part is why we have kept one-on-one mentoring. One-on-one mentoring is required because if I am a mechanical engineer, I need to ask a silly question, and maybe it could be anything, and I would probably able to be comfortable to get a one-on-one and then do it. Right, in a classroom I cannot ask a whole silly question, but yes, in one-on-one I can definitely ask, and I can work out on my mistakes and everything. So what tools you're going to study? So tools are here in front of you. You're going to HTML, CSS, JavaScript, all the in-demand tools is available, and we are doing it accordingly. Guys, I know that you are waiting for a contest. I'm coming to that point, just helping you out to understand how we are solving this problem, because this is one of the most in demand webinar, and we have worked hard to figure out this particular solution, and we're helping all the people who have a 10% of a dream to become into IT. We're making it possible because we have more than 94% of placement record. So what exactly and how we support? We support in a different way. The mentorship is involved, support is involved, and we will be continuously accessing and giving and taking an assessment to understand your progress, and that's how we will help you to place. And for that, continuous checking, mentoring, support, and assessment and review is involved to get this thing done. This is not something just a fascinating thing which I'm just telling. It requires a lot of dedication, and that's how we fix it. You can see our, the people are enjoying this particular thing by interacting with the mentors one on one, and that's how they are. You can see the people with different faces, different places, different ages are still interacting one on one and getting this thing done. And nobody is sitting in the classroom and doing it. Everything is totally online. Whenever you are available, get this thing done. Attend the bi-weekly stand up, track your progress, see the people which is in front of you. He's also from this particular background, I'm also from this particular background, he's also doing good, why I cannot, I can get a reality check. Everything is front of you, people are doing it, everybody can do it. Trust me guys, it is possible. It's just that you need to take the first step. So hit the link in the chat section and just register yourself and be the part of contest and get a counseling from the counselors and get this thing done. So yes, why we offer the guarantee placement? Because it's very simple. Because we are very confident about our modules, we have designed the modules by with the help of industrial expert who are working in Amazon, Deloitte, Z5, Infosys, and a lot others. And looking at the IT industry growth, there's a huge requirement. Only people are required to get this thing done. So as like Navneet said that there's a huge in vacancy, but there's very less skilled people. So it is really very possible to get a guaranteed job. So if you're thinking, if you're still dreaming, I would at least say just go and have a look, try this out, and you will figure out that you have changed yourself and your career in this particular this attempt. So why to make less if you can make huge? It's a simple concept, by the way. All right, so you can get all these things done. We have designed the modules, we have made the projects in such a way, complete and pass the exams, everything. Because job guarantee is not something just we said and you will get it. You have to complete all the things, all the modules on time. You have to be very serious. It's not something that you just paid and said, okay, I got the job guarantee agreement, now it will be done. No, it's not like that. You have to complete the modules and the project on time. Yes, certain criterias are there, so you have to be dedicated enough. Once you will be reaching and completing the assessment that way, definitely you will be hired. Who gonna stop you to get hired, right? So you have to be motivated till the end because you're investing money. You have to be serious about it. All right, so to be very honest, I'm going to give you a few pointers about to get a dream job, what exactly things are required. As like Navneet said very clearly, what project you have done. He asked again and again. He said that what project you have done, from where, which background you have, what sort of experience you have. For that to build it, like people are saying, I'm from chartered accountant background. Uh, can I become an IT specialist? Of course you can. For that you need CV optimization. For that you need to work on projects. How you will do it? We have made the program for you in such a way where you will be working on real business case studies coming from the Amazon, Philips, and all these these case studies will reflect on your CV, and that's how you will get shortlisted for interview. We will be doing multiple mock interviews to make you amazing to perform in the real interview, and you will be having 300 plus job applications via job application services that we have. And definitely you can able to crack it because we have more than 100 plus hiring partners already waiting for the candidates to just pass out the batch and come and give an interview. Don't you think that if I'll schedule 10 of your call, would you not be able to crack one interview? For sure you can do it. And we have already 100 plus hiring partners because we have made the course and the career team in such a way that we are ready with all the resources. All you need to do is just to put your effort in right direction, be motivated, and let's do it. That's how we figure out. And the first step is you can only be get shortlisted if you have a right skill set, because all the big companies uses ATS, and ATS is a software where when the company is having thousands of application, they don't pick up one by one. They just enter the keywords of the tools, and the ones whoever CV will comes on top, they will shortlist for the interview. So it's very important to make your portfolio, and we make it job ready and portfolio in such a way that you can do it for sure, because we teach only those things which is required to get a sure short placement in IT. All right, So I'm going to share you some you know a kind of examples for you, where you can see that, this guy, let's suppose this guy was confused what to choose, what not to choose. He went to the guarantee start in IT course of coding invaders. In just 6 weeks he tried the projects and completed the assessment, and then he understood that, QA, he can become a good QA engineer. Then he learned this QA engineering for 8 months, and he got a good job, a dream job in QA. You can be the one who can just, come into the first 6 week, like, in this particular course, the first 6 week, you can like become a good data analyst. You understood in the second or third week that yes, data analyst is a right fit for me. And then after 6 week, you will just complete the data analyst in just 8 months or 6.5 months, and then you will get a dream job. Somebody out of you maybe realize in the 6 week that yes, I'm good at front end. Then you will move to the 8 months of proper job guarantee programs for full stack, and then you will get a job. So whole package is involved in this particular guarantee start in IT batch, where we will be separating 6 weeks in the course to choose the right profession for you, and we have added a career guidance center and the consultant as well, and he will help you to sort this out. All right, guys, as you already know that there's a high demand in the market. There's a risk free. How we have made it risk free? Because you will be practicing everything, and everything will be in front of you. So there will be no risk involved, because you are taking decision by trying everything. So you can do it. So choose the right profession, and then master in 8 months and get 100% employment. You can see that, five people are starting from 5 to 7 lakh and going to more than 35 lakh. And I hope you have seen Navneet said that I have been very modest, that 5 to 7 lakh I wrote it, but people are making more than 10 lakhs in the starting. Because when he was intern 5 years back, he was making 7 lakh as an intern. I'm talking about the full time people. You can start from more than 10 lakh as well. So he was very practical. He was laughing on me that you have just written 5 lakh and 6 lakh. At my time, in the internship time, he earned this much. And this time, if I'll talk about full stack, making more than that. So it's very practical, guys. All right, I hope you like this session. I want to remind you again, time is up, and I'm going to announce the winner now. I know that people are eagerly waiting for it. So just a last attempt to everybody: go check the link in the chat section and register it. I'm going to announce the winner now, because I don't want to keep you waiting. But I'm really very happy that you enjoyed this particular session, and let's make announcement for the winner. All right, so I'll just wait for 10. I'll just wait for 1 minute, and I'll just see, if you haven't registered, go and register, and then I'll announce the winner. That who is the winner, you'll get the course, this premium course, for free. All right, just guys, comment down done if you have registered, and I'll check how many people have registered over here. So I'll just wait for a 1 minute. You can see the link is into the chat section, and I'll go ahead. All right, guys. So Akriti Prasad is saying that yes, we have enjoyed the session. Just to motivate me, guys, you can just comment down that I was able to make this fruitful for you or not. You can give your feedback, anything if you have. You can just tell me, so that I can definitely work on myself and bring the bestest session for you all. I can see the numbers increasing. Swati Pal have registered right now. Guys, just 1 more minute, and I'm going to announce the winner. So be the part of this contest if you have waited, so that I will move ahead. You can just comment down if you have already done, so that I can move ahead. Okay, I'm going to announce the winner in just 1 minute. So today's contest is like in just 1 minute, and you will win a 9.5 month guarantee start in IT course. So the course name is Guaranteed Start in IT, and it's a 9.5 months course. And as I said, that it's a 6 week. In the first 6 week, you will be choosing the right profession. You'll be trying all the project, going with the assessment, and then after 6 week, you will spend 8 months on that profession which you have chosen. You will master it and get a job. So this whole particular premium course, which is not available in Asia, we have made it possible, making very practical. So we are going to announce this. We are going to give it for free, but for sure not everybody will win. So people who will not win, definitely we have a special thing for you. We will be giving you a special offer, and since you have into the part of contest, you will be getting that special offer to join the this Diwali guaranteed batch of Guaranteed Start in IT batch. So you can be the part of it. You will be having a special offer, and yes, all the people will be getting a participation certificate. All right, So link is into the chat section. I guess everybody's done. So now I'm going to announce now. Everybody has wait a lot, and sure. So I'm going to share my screen, guys. All right. I'm going to share my screen, and I guess everybody is ready. All right. And thank you, Saurav Mukherjee, for telling that it was a wonderful explanation. It was helpful. He was not so much, Rajesh is saying he was not so much about familiar about the IT, but still. Okay, guys, I won't waste time. I know you must be getting angry. Um, okay, I'm going to announce the winner. So I'm sharing my screen, guys. Okay. All right. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go and announce the winner. So I'll be checking one thing that to to win this course. It is not something that you. I'll just tell you the eligibility of this course first before I announce. You have to come if you are a person who have completed your graduation. If you are the person who have completed your graduation, if you have a laptop, if you can understand the course in English, then definitely you will be eligible. So I will be checking the winner. Whoever will be the winner, I'll be checking that whether you have all these three pointers or not. Okay. If not, then we will do another testing and we'll see who will be the winner. We'll see that. Okay. I hope the lucky winner have all these things. So I'm sharing my screen, guys. I hope you can see my screen. And these are the list I have. Total how many people? 127 people have registered. I'm refreshing once again, guys. Meanwhile, we have 5-10 seconds. If you haven't registered, go and register, guys. Stop waiting. You could be the lucky one. All right. So I'm refreshing. So overall, 127 people are there. Okay. And, so I'll just see 127 people are there. I hope you can see my screen. So I'll just write 127. I have to choose one, and I'll see that total. I'll just refresh again, and I'll see that 127 people. Okay, so I'm just locking at 127 people. So I'm going to choose the right people at 127 only. All right, are you guys ready? Understood. So 1, 2, and 3. 89. 89 is the winner. Let me see who is 89. I hope you guys are ready. Um, just a second. Let me check who is at 89. So I'm just shuffling. So we have who is the winner? So winner is Anubhav Gautam. Anubhav Gautam is the winner, and the email ID of the Anubhav Gautam is hilal at the rate gmail.com. So Anubhav Gautam is the winner. So I hope Anubhav you can see me, and I hope you are here. You can just comment down if you are here. Congratulations, you have won this particular, uh, you know, uh, the course, the premium course for this particular program. If you are here, Anubhav Gautam, you can just comment in the chat section that yes, you are the winner if you are available, and we will definitely reach out to you. So, guys, so today's winner is Anubhav Gautam. And so I'll just tell you guys, thank you for joining in. You all the people who haven't registered yet. So you go still can register and get a counseling call. And to all the people who have stayed till the end will be getting a participation certificate. Also, every people will be getting a special offer in terms of concessions and in this job guarantee batch. So you'll be getting a calls from the counselor, and you can discuss and get enrolled for this beautiful start in IT that is guaranteed start in IT course of coding invaders, and complete your whole dream job thing. All right. So I hope this session was helpful, guys, and I hope you have enjoyed. And I'll keep on bringing this fruitful session like this again and again. Stay tuned. Subscribe to the YouTube channel of Coding Invaders. Subscribe to the Coding Invaders Telegram group as well, and stay in touch with us. We're going to solve this problem for you all, and we're going to bring this amazing guest. If you have any unique guest, you can just text me over the LinkedIn and we will sort this out. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me. I hope you had a great time, and so you have enjoyed the session. Thank you so much, and yeah, see you again. It was a nice session with you guys. Thank you. Have a nice day, guys. Thank you so much. Good evening.